You know, there's a playbook that exists just out of sight, in the shadows of our digital world, and it's not meant for you to see. Tonight, we're tearing out a few pages. We're going to pull back the curtain and take a look inside. Let's dive in.
Yeah, you heard that right. This sounds like something straight out of a movie, but I promise you, this isn't fiction. When a teenager can bring a billion-dollar corporation to its knees, that tells you everything you need to know. The tools are out there, the techniques are easier than ever to learn, and that line between secure and hacked, well, it's getting dangerously thin.
Let me ask you something. It's an uncomfortable thought, right? But with data breaches happening almost every single day, the odds are pretty high that your credentials are out there, just sitting in some massive list on the internet, waiting for someone to come along and try the key in your digital front door. No, what you're seeing, that's not a typo. 58.8 minutes. That's how long it takes a determined attacker with 8 modern GPUs to crack a standard 8-character password. Not days, not even hours. Less than 1 hour. Let's break down how they pull it off.
It all starts somewhere familiar, a place we all use without even a second thought. You know, the coffee shop, the airport, a hotel lobby. You see that free Wi-Fi, you connect, and just like that, the trap is set.
So this is where it gets deceptive. This is called an evil twin attack. And it's basically a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a fake, malicious Wi-Fi network that's designed to look exactly like the real one. And its only purpose? To sit in the middle and intercept every single thing you send and receive.
Now, what's so wild about this is how simple and just brutally effective it is. See, your phone, your laptop, they're designed for convenience. They're programmed to always connect to the strongest signal available. So all a hacker has to do is get a little closer to you than the coffee shop's router, and boom, your device just jumps right onto their network automatically, and you never even know what happened.
And this really shows you the genius of the deception. I mean, to your device, these two networks look identical. Same name, same everything. But one of them is your gateway to the internet, and the other is a direct pipeline to an attacker's laptop. You literally cannot tell the difference until it's way too late.
All right, so hijacking your connection. That's one way in. But what if an attacker decides to just kick down the front door? Let's talk about the kind of raw power that can turn your password into digital dust. Okay, to understand this, picture a huge supermarket. A single coup de core is like one checkout lane. Now, if you have thousands of customers, or in our case, password combinations, that one lane is going to take forever. But a modern graphics card? It doesn't have one lane. It has thousands of them, all running at the same time, checking an unbelievable number of password guesses every single second. I mean, just look at this growth. In the 5 years between 2017 and 2022, the number of these checkout lanes in a high-end graphics card jumped by over 350%. That's not a small step up, that is an absolutely massive exponential leap in power. And every last one of those cores can be pointed at your password.
And here's what that leap in power really looks like in practice. Back in 2017, cracking a standard 8-character password with a single top-tier GPU would take almost 2 weeks. Today, with a modern RTX 4090, that same password falls in under 8 hours. The clock is just ticking so much faster now.
And don't think for a second that this is just random guessing. No, attackers use clever strategies that are built around how we think. They'll use dictionary attacks with lists of millions of real leaks passwords because they know we reuse them. They'll try password spraying, which is using one common weak password against thousands of accounts, just looking for that one easy target. And they use hybrid attacks, which guess all the predictable ways we add numbers and symbols to normal words. They know our tricks.
So, hackers can snoop on your traffic, and they can brute force your passwords. But here's the kicker. What if they don't have to? What if the websites and the apps we use every single day just let them in?
In the industry, there's this thing called the OWASP Top 10. You can think of it as the definitive guide to digital dangers, a roadmap of the most common and critical ways that websites get hacked. And the number one risk on that list? It is shockingly common.
Just look at that number, 94%. An incredible 94% of all applications tested have this one single critical flaw. It's called broken access control. It is, without a doubt, the most widespread vulnerability on the entire web today.
So what does that actually mean? Well, in simple terms, it means the app just fails to check who you are and what you're actually allowed to see. It's like having a key to a regular office that also happens to unlock the CEO's entire suite. And the reason it's so common? It usually just comes down to human error, developers rushing, simple oversights. The complexity of modern apps means these little checks just get missed.
And here's the truly scary part. Look how easy this is to exploit. An attacker literally just has to change a number in their web browser's address bar. If the website security is weak, it won't bother to check if they're allowed to see user 124's profile. It'll just hand over the data. That's it. That's the entire hack. Okay, I know we've looked at a lot of threats, and it's pretty intense stuff. But here's the thing. The defense against a lot of this, it's not nearly as complicated as you might think. In fact, your single most powerful weapon is something that you have complete control over.
This right here, this is the whole ball game. If you take away one thing, let it be this. An 8-character password, even a complex one, can be obliterated in under an hour. But just by adding 4 more characters, you take the cracking time from minutes to centuries. 74 centuries. The difference is absolutely staggering. When it comes to passwords, length is everything.
So here's your action plan. It's simple. First, aim for 12 characters or more. Think passphrase, not password. Second, make sure it's a mix of everything. Uppercase, lowercase, numbers, symbols. And finally, and this is probably the most important tip, use a password manager. Look, it's impossible for a human being to create and remember unique, complex passwords for every website. A manager does all that heavy lifting for you, and it secures your entire digital life.
In the end, it really all comes down to this. The tools that the attackers are using, they get more powerful every single year. But the principles of good defense, they pretty much stay the same. The threats are very real, but so is your power to protect yourself. So the only question left is, how strong is your key?